With the Clan War Leagues coming to a close, it is now time to consider upgrading to Town Hall 12, and this guide is going to explain it all. To start off, we want to first talk about the upgrade order for both the offense and defensive buildings. But before we do that, let's first talk about the boosts that you unlock when you upgrade a Town Hall. So at Town Hall 12, you have a 5-day boost when you upgrade your Town Hall from 11 to 12. These boosts include a hero boost, a power boost, resource boost, and a star bonus boost. Basically, you're going to have more loot coming in, and you will have more max troops depending on your laboratory's level, and you're also going to have the heroes plus 5 levels. It's going to really be a very, very big help for you. That's definitely going to help you guys a lot when you're farming. Now, the other thing that you want to know is the offensive upgrade order. So starting off, we have our first key things to do, our first priority, mainly being the laboratory and the storages. These things are going to be worth getting done because the laboratory will allow you to basically have higher level troops. So you want to make sure that you're upgrading that because you will be able to take out more max bases. The storages are here for the next one because you will need to use them for two main things. Gold for the clan castle and elixir for the army camps and also for the other remaining stuff, but you also will use everything else for the laboratory. Now on top of this, you may also want to go ahead and after you work on these to work on getting your yetis, getting your headhunters, and unlocking the siege workshop. So you want to make sure that you consider those. The workshop is not going to be your first priority because you don't really need to get the siege machines if you have Town Hall 13s in your clan that can donate them to you. So definitely just be very patient with it. The other thing I want to mention is the hero upgrade guide. Now this is going to basically be a little bit different. So you see here is that we've got the Queen altar first. So we've got the Queen and then we've got the Warden and then the King. And what this is going to mean is we want to go plus 5 levels here, plus 5 levels here, and then we're going to be doing plus 5 levels before we wrap back around and move on into the Queen, and we repeat this process. So remember that we're going to be doing the Queen first, letting her go up 5 levels, and then we do the Warden, let him go up 5 levels, and then do the King, and then basically do the King to add another 5 levels. So try to stagger these upgrades. The main reason to why I say to stagger them is partly because you want to make sure that by staggering them, you're able to keep your Queen as a high priority, but still have them roughly in the same area. This is just going to give you guys a good idea. Now that we've talked about the offensive upgrade orders and what you should do with both the offensive buildings and the heroes, let's go and talk about the defensive upgrade order. Next, let's go over the defensive upgrade order and what you should be doing in terms of upgrading the defenses. Now, for starters, you want to unlock and upgrade your new traps and your new defensive buildings to Town Hall 11 level equivalent. This is going to help you in terms of defending the Town Hall 11s. So keep in mind that you may want to upgrade these first and just try to get them to an equal level of your base when you were at Town Hall 11. On top of this, you want to then go ahead and upgrade your Giga Tesla to level 5. This way, what you're able to do is defend Town Hall 12s and Town Hall 11s, making it a lot harder in general, thanks to that Giga Bomb. So, you really want to try and make sure to upgrade that. After this, go ahead and work on your Teslas and your air defenses. You're going to be able to defend air better, and you will be able to defend ground just that little bit better with the Teslas, but air defenses are also very important. It's going to weaken up balloons and other air troops like dragons and E-Drags, so it's definitely something to keep in mind. Make sure that you upgrade these as quickly as you can after the Town Hall. After that, you want to work on the Wizard Towers and Expos. They're going to help you in terms of getting rid of swarmies, and along with that, the Expos are going to help deal more damage to stuff like the Queen when she's doing a Queen Charge or Queen Walk, or dealing damage to Miners and Hog Riders in a hybrid. After this, I would then go ahead and focus in on the Eagle Artillery, as this is going to be something that is going to apply a lot of DPS to your base, so consider upgrading this one because it goes up to 400 DPS, so keep in mind that. After this, I would then focus on the cannons and archer towers. As there are a lot of them, you should try to focus on these. They're relatively low weight, but they also provide you with a lot of value in terms of spreading them all around the base. The next thing after this should be your Inferno Towers. Get these up to the max level because that way you're able to have this final key defense maxed out. The final two structures, being the Mortar and the Bomb Tower, are not really worth upgrading. They're kind of just a little bit more useless, so don't really upgrade them until you max out all the rest of the defensive buildings. Now that gives you guys an idea of the Town Hall 12 upgrade order for both the offense and defensive building upgrade orders. Now, let's move on to 5 of the best farming attacks that you can do as a brand new Town Hall 12. Next, let's go over the 5 best Town Hall 12 farming strategies that you can do as a brand new Town Hall 12. Starting off, we've got the Mass Sneaky Goblin. I would always recommend this over anything else. It's great if you have them boosted. If not, it's completely fine because we've got other attack strategies that you can do when you don't have the Sneaky Goblins boosted. If you want to go ahead and use the Mass E-Drag, it is a great farming army as you're going to be able to use them pretty easily like you did at Town Hall 11. All of these are straight from Town Hall 11, so if you learn these at Town Hall 11, you will be all set in stone. What I would recommend in the Clan Castle for the Mass E-Drag is going to be balloons and a rage along with either a Stone Slammer or Battle Blimp depending on the Town Hall. Now, on top of this, the next one is the Zap Dragons. This is going to be extremely good, and if you used it at Town Hall 9 or at Town Hall 11, then this one is just as good. In the CC, I would also recommend the same thing, balloons in the Clan Castle with a Rage and Stone Slammer. Now, on top of this, you've also got the use of a Hybrid. If you want to farm with Hybrid, it is a great farming attack strategy as well. It may look fairly expensive, but it's pretty even in the cost. Now, if you're seeing centralized Town Hall bases, it's a better idea to go ahead and use the Yeti Bomb with the Blimp, with a Rage, and also with 2 Yetis in the Clan Castle. Now, if you're not too worried about the Town Hall and you could Hybrid straight into it, then you can go ahead and use a Siege Barrack with Hog Riders. That's just something that I would recommend if you're going to be doing so. Now, the last strategy is the Drag Bat. This one is very simple very similar to the other dragon attacks, where all you're doing is creating a funnel. That is why the Electro Dragon's here, but you're also going to use a Sui hero, and you're just going to be using your dragons and your balloons to get rid of as many splash buildings, including the Town Hall and Eagle Artillery, as quickly as you can. Then you want to use the bats and the freeze towards the back end. If you want to kind of mix with adding an Ice Golem, you can do that as well. So that's just really going to come down to your personal preference. Now that we've kind of gone over all of the strategies here, let's go and go into 3 of the best war attacks that you can do as a brand new Town Hall 12 player. First, let's go over the Hybrid attack. This strategy works really well, and for a brand new Town Hall 12, this is a great attack. It's very reliable, and you could use it on almost any base design here at Town Hall 12. So let's go over the basics. What do you need to know? Primarily, you want to make sure that you're looking at an area of the base that you can charge into to at least get rid of defensive buildings to create a funnel. You're charging in for whatever's near the Clan Castle troops, and also for pathing. What I mean by pathing is that you want to try and create an L shape on the base. So by creating an area like you see here on this base, we want to make sure that they're kind of going in this direction. And that way it's almost like an L shape in terms of the path that the miners and hogs will take. Also, another thing to quickly take a look at is you want to take a look at storages and collectors or non-defensive buildings within the base. Do these cause a disturbance within your path? If not, Hybrid is a great choice. So we want to first start off by looking at the Queen Charge. We want to first go over the funneling that you're going to need to do in order for this. So you'll see that we're going to be using a couple balloons, and we're also going to use sneaky goblins to get rid of collectors, and we're going to be getting rid of defenses as well. We're just trying to funnel this out in a way where she's going to be able to focus on walking into the base rather than staying on the outside, which is the reason why we are cutting off the funnel here by using a couple hog riders on top of the archer tower. So it's always really good because now the queen won't continue to walk this way and will continue to walk down. Another thing that you may want to do is using regular wall breakers. One test wall breaker is more than enough to make sure that you can soak up any small bombs around there. That way you're able to protect the rest of your wall breakers when you send them in. A super wall breaker doesn't really need that, but you also want to make sure that you are getting rid of a defense like this, so that way the wall breakers don't go over to this compartment. Now, in this case here, we're going to be charging in for the town hall. In case you had a Yeti bomb, you could also do this too in order to get rid of that town hall without having to do a queen charge. Now that you've kind of gotten the queen charge out of the way, you got rid of the town hall in this case, and you created some of that pathing, it's now time to be able to create the opposite side of the funnel using the siege barrack and the king, and now we can send in the hybrid towards the eagle artillery. That is going to be a huge step because you want to try and get rid of the eagle as quickly as you can. So you'll see that we're going to drop in the miners first, warden, and then the hog rider. As we can see, you're moving into the base, and you want to make sure that your miners and hogs stay in, and they path towards the eagle artillery. So you want to use that first heal right over the hogs and miners first and foremost. Since you're only bringing 2 of them, you want to then use your warden ability once they get outside of the aura. And then you want to use your final heal spell towards the back end. Now in this case, we had a healer swap where the healers moved onto the hog and miners, and this is going to provide a lot more support. You may have also noticed the use of the rage spell, and how this is really going to help is that you're going to provide your miners and hogs with more value as they push through the base, and they get raged up, they do more damage, and they're going to be able to clear a lot more buildings quicker. So it's definitely something to kind of think about if you're going to be using hybrid. So if you have a leftover rage, consider using it. It's a great way to boost up your attack, not to time fail, and it allows you to really support your miners and hogs just that little bit more. That gives you guys an idea of how you guys can use hybrid here at Town Hall 12, but we've got 2 other attacks that you may also want to try out as a brand new Town Hall 12. Next up, the Zap Dragons. This attack strategy is even easier than hybrid. So what do you need to know? Primarily, you want to know the number of lightning spells that you need for each and every defense in the game. So on screen, you can see just that. It's definitely very important as you're going to be able to use the Zap Quake against anything that is around there, whether this be cannons, archer towers, maybe a wizard tower. You're going to really offer yourself a lot of value. But this attack strategy is very simple. All you want to do is get rid of 2 air defenses towards the bottom. So in this case here, we're going to be getting rid of these 2. Then we're going to be doing a Sui Queen with an Ice Golem to get rid of this air defense. And we're going to send in the dragons up to get rid of the Town Hall and use a Stone Slimer to get rid of this air defense. Then all we have to really do is just send everything for this Town Hall. This one's smack dab in the center, so this might be something that you see. So you always want to consider those things. You may also want to try and hit from behind sweepers. That way you're able to not get pushed back by them, and you're able to push and move through. So first and foremost, we want to go over what you should be doing though with the Zap Quake. The Zap Quake is going to be very important when you're doing this attack. So you want to make sure that you're using 2 lightning spells on each of the air defenses. Make sure that it hits the air defenses, that way you're not missing. You also want to try and also create the funnel on either side by using a couple sneaky goblins if you have them, but using the king on one side, kind of like this, and then using the queen on the other to get rid of these is going to be very helpful for your dragons to push through the base. Now remember, we've also got the use of the Zap Quake, and you can see that right here, using the lightning spells and the earthquake over the air defenses and other structures around there. That way you're able to create a funnel on either side, and you're able to then send in your dragons easily into the base. So we've got the use of just a couple dragons to help create a little bit more of a funnel, but once we've got that funnel completely set, it is now time to send in the balloons. That's just going to look for any sort of seeking air mines that are there, and you're going to be able to easily push yourself into the base. Notice that we've got the use of that stone slammer in order to allow us to push our way to get this or to get that air defense down, and also to move our way into the town hall, like you see here, dropping the rage and warden ability over the town hall in order to protect everything through. Now, as we're getting through the back end, all we really need to do is just use that last rage. We can bring a heal spell like you see here, and it's just dealing with the clan castle. No big deal. Even if the warden gets taken down by the headhunters here, which you can see, headhunters are very powerful, it really doesn't matter because you will be able to easily get through a lot of different base designs when using this attack. It is no joke on how easy, how simple this attack strategy can be. So if you're interested in learning something like this attack, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and ringing the notification bell. I plan on bringing this out in the future, so consider subscribing. That way you're going to be able to not miss this video when I do it. But for the most part, this attack strategy is very simple. All you're doing is creating a funnel, getting rid of air defenses, and sending in your dragons for that town hall. Try to simplify it. Try to make sure that you're able to do a split hero like you saw in this one. That way you're able to get the most value from your heroes in creating the funnel. Now we've got one more attack strategy that is also extremely good for new Town Hall 12s, which is going to be the Zap Witches. Finally, the Zap Witch. All you really need to know about this is you need to use 4 lightnings on both Inferno towers set on multi to get rid of these defensive buildings. Then all you're going to be focusing in on is the final Inferno and Eagle Artillery along with the Town Hall by using the Wall Wrecker. That way you're able to push through the opposite side. And on this base here, since it's almost in a line, it's going to easily allow us to get through this base quite easily. So I want you guys to really see how this attack is performed. By starting off with the Earthquake and using the Zap Quake is going to be extremely important. We want to try and get rid of as many buildings in these compartments as much as we can. And that way what we're able to do is have a little bit more, have more of our witches be on the outside of the base, and that way they can kind of push through on the flanks. So we've got the use of the golems here. We're using 2 golems and 2 ice golems. You can use the ice golems for further tankage on the outside like you see here. We're using them on the outsides with a couple more witches on the flanks. That way what we're able to do is create a funnel just enough so for our heroes to move into the core of the base where that multi-target Inferno is. So we've got the use of the Warden, the King, and the Queen right behind that Wall Wrecker. That way we're able to push right into the Eagle Artillery compartment. We want to make sure that we're getting through that and using the Warden ability over the Wall Wrecker in order to make sure that we are allowing this Wall Wrecker to get even deeper into the base. So that is why we're using that Warden ability in order to make sure that this Wall Wrecker can get all the way over to the Town Hall through a lot of heavy fire like the Expos and the enemy Clan Castle troops. Now, for the most part, if you can't get all the way over there, it might be a better idea to bring a jump spell if you can. So you'll see the use of the Yetis in there as well, and they're going to be able to hit over the walls on any defensive structures like the Expos. And you can see that in this case, we've got the Town Hall activated, but we don't really need to worry. With the Queen still up as well, and the Yetis still moving through, we're able to get through a large part of these defenses thanks to the Yeti Mites. And we've also got a couple witches moving into the core of the base to provide more support and more skeletons as they move in, and that way we use the Queen ability in order to get rid of the Town Hall. Very basic stuff, very easy, as you can see, moving our way through the core without, losing anything from this base or anything from our attack realistically. And we're still able to sweep through. Even though we lost a large amount of our witches, we still were able to get this done. Now, is this still an easy attack? It is. But does it take some time getting used to? Yes, it does. So make sure that you guys let me know if you guys want to see this as a guide, and I will try to bring that for you guys. But for the most part, that, my friends, is going to do it for the video. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed. Hopefully, you guys learned something from this. Make sure that you guys are sharing it with your clanmates for those that are thinking about going up to Town Hall 12. Definitely, if they consider it, share them this video. Make sure that you guys go ahead and follow, and make sure that you guys subscribe to me and turn on that notification bell so you guys don't miss any of my educational Clash of Clans content. Don't forget to go ahead and follow me over on Twitter. Remember to follow me over on Twitch, and make sure you guys go ahead and join my community Discord server. The links to those are in the description below. And don't forget to go ahead and use code CorruptYT in the Clash Champ shop to save 10% off your purchase. Other than that, though, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Corrupt, signing out.